Should be live. Should be working now. Test, test, test. Yeah, it shows up as well. It's good. You hear me? Okay. Shows up as well. Yeah, I must have that too. Good. Did we there here? Just checking. Okay. We do something different this time than other times. Still a game, somewhat, just not a video game. I don't know how long, maybe half an hour, maybe a bit longer, and when exactly, I don't know, but Twy, did Lydia hear it? Everyone who wants to doesn't miss it. Can of course share if someone wants to hop in the stream. In any case. Okay. So I guess Lit doesn't join us. Okay. Is a chat showing here, or is it not working? So I only see when you said I hear you. I'm confused. Do you need to restart? Okay. Ah, there's Lydia. Thought you would start. Good. So, do you want music or not in the background? Which by mean, or at least I can see if it even works with it because I didn't put it in, but it seems to pick up. If I put this on, can you hear that? Do you hear any music? Or maybe just me. Ah, you hear music. It's probably a bit loud. Yeah, it's the Satar. Fittingly, because it was a set, Saturn's Martyrs did like a music and ambience background. So that's why I first asking, do you want to have that quiet in the background as well, or just my voice? Put some deathcore in the background, this is much more fitting. I mean, what else? I don't know about the story. Okay. So I put it a bit quieter. How's that in comparison to my voice? Is it good? Is it still too loud? I think I just personally do it slightly. I think those good. That's good. Good. It's a good lot. We have today TDRG, in a sense, a scenario, a solo scenario that is, and Technically, I have never a guided try once through. Should be hanging around somewhere. It was RuneQuest. I never have myself played a solo scenario. In general, this of DSA, the Schwarze Auge, or the Dark Eye, der letzte Sieg der Schwänin, or the last victory of the Swan, Swaness, also famous Swan. Of course, it's in German. So first, another decision. It's in German. I could just read it out first in German for anyone that maybe for some reason sees it later in German, finds me, and then translate it. Or should I try to translate it just out the gate? What do you prefer, or like do both? Okay, because I know that would take a bit longer, but it's wished. Good. I have the little book. You see the cover, by the way. You should see the cover on the screen, if that's the case. I think I checked earlier. They're only like in this style, but like it was part of the set, so it's a bit more stylized. Good. Let's see if I have any notes here. Open and let's see. There's an introduction, I guess, to read. I think it started at 1 and then it shows you to go, or where you have to make decisions. It doesn't start at 1, it just starts 65. I guess I read the introduction for that. But before we do that, yet another little decision. Because there are 2 characters you can make the adventure with having different skills, of course. I have 2 premates, which comes in little sheets, which are a bit reduced, but like, yeah. It's also the first time since long I played DSA myself. And first time in this edition. Which is fun, as in like, soon enough I will GM rob around to someone. To some people, I mean. So we have Farnleap, the courageous female knight. So I think she has a bit more physical skills. Yeah, right. She's also good in riding, navigation, art of war. Has the weapons, longsword and shield. And then we have Alea, also based on Finger of the Mortis, the traveling bard, which is of course a 12 in singing. More social skills, I guess, but also has a longsword. Okay, at least has also weapons. Those are both featured in the novel that comes with it. She just very surely is part of the bard gang, essentially. Or stick. But yeah, I plan to play through it in both characters, but in the second I would only highlight what is different, essentially. So you get to decide with which character I do the first run. So finally the Knightess or Leia the Bard. Oh, now I'm teletext. I was supposed to all of it's a late story. Maybe it's just nice food, so you should be fine. I don't plan to make build so long, like said. Said like maybe half an hour per session, an hour at most. Bardcore. And zwei, also Bard. Okay. Good. With the music then. Let's see. Let's read a bit about the characters. It's a little blurb. Leah, the word I always forget in English. Sorry if I might look up something. I'm just trying to summarize kind of what it says in German, of course, unless it's a very important word. But sometimes I forget word. This is not because I'm bad at English, it's because my ADHD. Alea the modest. Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, it just says why you should choose him. Yeah, he travels with his playing group or music band, essentially Dead Dance, or which is like essentially a translation of Satan's Humor's actual name, because like Funbit, they existed before in the world of DSA, but just a name essentially, and so they choose a different name and a more German name. Travel from village to village, from city to city, wherever they play, the mood is very easygoing. It's celebrated a lot. He's half Torwaler. His father, coming from this rough seafarer folk, living in the stormy lands in the northwest of the continent, known for their plundering drives on train ships, on many known on many coasts and feared. Sometimes he has trouble like keeping his mood, so to say, because he has the far spread thing of rail wrath, you could translate it as, of the Torwaler, that let you become a berserker for a short time where you don't have control over yourself. Called so after as it's given by the main god Swafnir, which takes the form of a whale, which led them to this lands back then. So like a side fact. If I have anything to say to the word or something I think matters, I can add it. Yeah. Also, if you read the novel, which is in German, but like you would also see a bit more about him. Not as much, but like a bit, and you see in action how that is. Very interesting to see if that happens in the solo adventure too. Would be fun. I mean, if you're solo, at least you can't accidentally hurt your friends. I figure. Well, I hope, but who knows if you have any companions in that. Let's see. Yeah, so through his manifold travels, there's probably something he didn't live through or didn't see, and he couldn't face. He's a passable fighter that he had heard of the most things already, and also found himself. No wait, that's the wrong phrase. Is also doing well in nature, essentially. But his true profession is, of course, as a singer on stage, and in his way with people, or among people, obviously. Yeah. I think I also did it as Halbtorwaler, as I think such a character was one. And in real life, Alea is almost like a short stack. He isn't very tall, so and Torwaler guys still to be known for being tall. It's I think is also the reason why I made him a half Torwaler. Good. Then we go into adventure, or rather the introduction, I would say. Good. Good. Sorry, I was saying a lot good. Winter got into the land and covered the lands of the Duchy Weiden, here and there with a fine coverage of snow. Yeah, in the furthest reaches of in the north of the Midden Realm, the biggest realm on the continent Aventurian, the winter comes early and stays long. But the last sun rays, the last rays of the uh, always weaker getting autumn sun rings around to. Sorry, it's a long sentence. I just summarize. It essentially tells like how the autumn sun tries to get it out of its grip, but like it's essentially failing to like what it leaves back as like just coverage of snow and mud and stuff like that. And the northwest races a mountain range called Finsterkamm, or maybe Dark Crest or something like that. A natural border between the lands of the human and that of the orcs, also called Black Pelts because of the black fur they have. Over 1,000 years ago, it was that the hordes of the orcs came over those mountain ranges and conquered the duchy under the orc chief Naga's Bloodfist to create an orc realm. It's like a bit, how you say, what's the word? It's a difficult word. Corrupted speech. Doesn't fit correctly, but like the words a bit is essentially like Empire of the North or something like that. So essentially like not like the common parlance. But Nazadeh of Trollopt defeated the orc chief in the duel, and the Black Belts could be pushed back. But there was always fights again between orcs and humans since then, as the orcs demanded like those lands, which they are called Finstermark or Darkmark until today. To get ahead of this threat, they are created with the neighboring borderlands, Clivenford or Crivenford. They created the Finstermacht or Darkengard, I think was the current pronunciation. A chain of watchtowers at the sides along the mountain range of the Finsterkamm. And those towers was the task of the guard knights to defend against attacks of the Black Pelts and to signal with signifiers all the other towers. So it essentially jumps from one to one. If you know, like I meant like because it's written differently. It's written like as if you can't really say the words, or like it's a I can't think of the right word for that. Or when you slur something or something like that, almost. That's why I said like try to emulate it. Okay. So the signifier kind of to showing that the others send theirs and so on, so they can essentially get warp keeper on the course from the other towers. And I was just about to say, if you know Lord of the Rings and those like with Horn essentially sending for Gondor, a bit like this, just not sending for anyone else, just like themselves. But in the end, like if there are fires and stuff, then obviously duchies and stuff would take notice get into the fray for them. Yeah, the morale of them is the strongest when winter reaches the realm. The old earless, or like, that's not really a female word, but like the old female earl. Also, it's kind of like a title here. Old Earl Court of Bearweide or Bear Forest, Bavaria of Löwenhaupt or Lionhead. Had sent the group or the band to Finsterkamp to kind of heighten the morale. Also, okay, I misread it. No, I wonder, like, so the morale is not the strongest when winter begins, but like to strengthen it in winter. Okay, that makes more sense. She sent the band there to play for them and heighten the moods. Yeah. That's also what happened in the novel, essentially, why they're accompanying them. After battle with marauding orcs, of this, the singer of the group was hurt badly. They fell into their hands fell a mysterious stone idol, which they had to message like this Farnlieb about it. Farnlieb of Schoppenfeld-Spitzböckel, the name, and that it's related to the 1,000-year-old legend of an evil witcher. That says witcher here. I would say witch named Leobal. The stone should be kept safe on Castle Olad, the seat of Old Earl Bavaria. Well, this place after the novel, essentially, but I don't think it's really much of a spoiler here. It's like a battle bar. No? If you can German or want to settle something, it's a great novel. I liked it very much. How that either could have gotten into the mountain range, no one could say. So they departed. So the ways of the companions departed, and the knight Farnlieb went with the band, and Gudrun, a pleasant one of Randa, also a priest of the Holy Order of Keeping of Rodenstein, also a chronist and priester. Yeah, it says the chronist as that, and priester of the goddess of courage and honorable fight on the way back to Olad. The travel led over the city Nordhag to the run of the river Finsterbach, or Dark Creek, kind of a theme here, where Gudrun left the platoon to tell her superior everything about it. So it was a bit staccato at points, but like I said, I just was reading it and translating on the go, and keep in mind that takes sometimes a bit longer time, has a different sentence structure, so I have to rethink sometimes, and I have to leave something out or see translate, and then together sometimes don't remember a word or thinking of the right word. That was the longest text far now. Now it was like half a page or a bit more. The other parts will be shorter. I said read on German first, but that's a long part, so that I just translated like that. But the next I will do that the case. So there's a little bit more. Rest of the platoon, consisting of the band and the knight DSA. That's why on the way to the old road to travel over Balseife to Olad. And with that reached the Ifanstan, or Ifans. It's trees, a certain kind of tree. Trees are plants, and trees is something I always forget in English because it's not often used that way. I don't, at least. Fir tree, also essentially Ifans fir, which is kind of funny. coincidence, I guess. Which is also like a demi-goddess, essentially. That's what it's named after. Anyway, it's a great forest area with many stories about it. Commonly about orcs and robbers or bandits, but also elves, witches, fairies, root balls, also kind of kobold, and other strange beings. So we get to it. It starts at 65. Okay, let's look where 65 is. Can, by the way, check how many numbers exist, so we kind of get a idea of the scope. Let's see. – 433. So we'll see how long we take for that. 65. So. Du streichst durch den Wald. Ethans Hand wirkt hell und freundlich, obwohl das Unterholz dicht ist. In den Wintermonaten verdeckt kein Laubschicht den Blick gen Himmel, und so scheint die Sonne, die nach Praios, den Götterfürsten und Gott der Gerechtigkeit, auch Praios-Scheibe genannt wird, auf dich hinab. Er lässt den Schnee um dich herum glitzern und funkeln. Es ist anstrengend, durch den knöcheltiefen Schnee zu waten, aber abseits der Straße könnte das Vorankommen noch deutlich schwerer sein. Möchtest du kurz innehalten oder ziehst du weiter? It's just a little box explaining essentially how that works, decisions and stuff. But anyway, first translation. So essentially, you're going through a forest. The Ifanstan seems bright and friendly, despite being the lower woods being a thicket, essentially. In the winter months, there's no amount of fallen leaves. Oh no, okay, not on the ground, sorry. There's no leaves that hide the gaze towards the sky. So you can just see because, well, winter, no? They don't have any leaves. So despite the name, there's actually not that kind of trees, apparently. So you can see the sun, also named Praios, the Praios, the god king and god of justice and order, law and order, among other things, but also the sun, hence. It looks up onto you and reflects on the snow. It is exhausting to go through the foot-high snow. But apart, also if you go off the street, it would be very much even harder, obviously. So just simply ask, do you want to stay calm for a moment, I guess take it all in, or go further? It brings me a good question. Should I just decide for myself, or do you want to vote on where to go? So, just say what you like more. I'm fine with either. Okay. Could also make it when I do it the second time that you decide. Could also do. Okay, so just stay that way or go further. I'm curious. Well, could we also just say like maybe there's something, or or just for a simple choice and there's actually nothing. You know what? I just looking if he's curious or something, then I would decide on that. No, he just has a quick temper. I think I would say our job is to go forward. So I would say we just go further. So 357. 357. 357. That's a big jump here. 357. prefer 7. Okay. Gut. Entschlossen stapfst du weiter. So mühsam der Marsch auch ist, noch möchtest du dir keine Rast gönnen. In Augenwinkel bemerkst du eine Bewegung über dir. Du hältst kurz inne und schaust nach oben, wo ein großer, heller Vogel an dir vorbeizählt. Ein Schwan. Oh, ominous. Determined, you go on. As much effort as the march takes, you don't want to take a rest. In the corner of your eyes, you notice a movement. You stay still for a second and look up, where you see a big bright bird, a swan. As I said, like, ooh, what an omen. But no credits yet. So there's a swan, but it didn't last victory. Yeah, it just says go on 209. Or 209. It's very easy to remember. 209. For a short moment, also für einen kurzen Moment scheint die Welt um dich herum stillzustehen. Du atmest die kühle Luft ein und schaust dem Schwan hinterher. And liest bei wer bist du eigentlich? Okay, so it's like for a short moment, everything seems to stand still for you. You breathe in the cool air and look after the swan. It says, read, who are you actually? Also, okay, there you actually decide who you are. Okay, I just did it before. Yeah, it's a little box where it kind of says, just see if there's anything of note. Yeah, it just says that everything is solvable with both. It's different beginnings. So one would be Alea, 245 Farmview. So we have Alea, so we actually go to number 1. Cracked the code, we actually did do number 1. Okay. Oh, that's like a poem. So zog die Schwänin übers Land, sie war den Menschen zugewandt. Die Haut war kühl, ihr Herz war warm, sie flog allein und nicht im Schwarm. Dir kommt das Lied der Ifin in den Sinn, nach der Wald benannt wurde, den du gerade erkundest. Gedanken verloren betrachtest du das Tier, der sanfte Göttin, von der man sagt, sie sei die einzige, die das Herz ihres Vaters Fionn erwärmen könnte. Wenn Fionn den unbeherzigen Winter verkörpert, das rechte Stärken, das Prinzip von Jäger und Beute, die Stärke, die aus der Entbehrung gewachsen kann, steht Ifin für Kraft aus der Winterruhe, Hoffnung und das Frühlingserwachen. Den Menschen des Nordens ist die Dualität dabei wichtig, aber du deutest den Flug des Schwans als gutes Zeichen. So, it's first a poem that, or a song that comes to mind. As that, the female swan went over the land, turned to the humans. Her skin was cool, her heart was warm. She flew alone and not in a swarm, or not in company. You remember the song of Ifin, after which the forest was named, that you explore now. Lost in thoughts, you observe the animal of the soft goddess, of which some say she may be the only thing to warm the heart of her father Fionn. But Fionn stands for the relentless winter, the right of the stronger, the principle of warrior and or of hunter and prey. I mean, the strength that comes from austerity. So Ifin stands for the power from winter calm or winter rest, hope, and the awakening of spring. it's important to the people of the north, this duality. But you read the flight of the swan as a good omen. We just go to 173. Du senkst den Blick, schaust dich und beobachtest den Wald. Du bist nicht hier, um die Schönheit des Iverns Tanz oder seiner Bewohner zu genießen. Du musst abseits des Weges auf Gefahren achten und den Zug deiner Gefährten schützen. Einige deiner Begleiter sind verletzt und ihr transportiert ein wichtiges Artefakt, das schon so manches Übel angezogen hat. Es ist wichtig, potenzielle Gefahren frühzeitig zu entdecken, deine Gefährten zu warnen, falls du spürst etwas an deinem Fuß. Leg eine Probe auf die Intuition ab. We have our first roll. Drink something. I know we are longer than half an hour, but the start was a bit slower though. I do a bit longer. Whatever happens, I don't want to be longer than half an hour. I will orientate on the music at sea. No, the music is over an hour. We'll see. Or maybe we'll do longer next time. I don't know, but this time I don't want too long technically. Anyway, translation. So, you lower your gaze, look around you and observe the forest. You're not here to enjoy the beauty of the Evanston or its inhabitants, but you need to pay attention to dangers aside of the path, and to protect the platoon of your companions. Yeah, so you know, like the band, so there are others. Some of your companions are hurt, and you transport an important artifact that attracted some evil already. It's important to see potential dangers early on, to warn your companions if you notice that something on your foot. Do an intuition check. So this is an attribute check, which is, I guess, just to show you the ropes, which is funny. Yes, like I think in the game it's very unlikely to use just pure attributes. I always say, because I can't imagine it. But well, we do that, and this box also comes with dice. 3d20 and 2d6. The 6s are for fighting. Should probably get at one point. But the 3d20 are what we most often roll, but this time only 1d20. And they kind of look nice. Maybe I make some picture or put like different pictures and the cover next time, then I can show you them. Now I just roll. Think there's an I symbol which stands for the one, which is good because you want to roll low here. There's of course a box with explanation, but I know what to do here. You have 8 attributes. You can roll technically on, but they're used for normal skill checks. They're like courage, intelligence, intuition, charisma, dexterity, agility, constitution, and strength. Or shortened letters in German, obviously. And now we want an intuition check. And let's see, I check what he has. A 13. For starting is relatively normal, not low, so that's very good. Let's see if I manage. A 4, that is good, it's under. That is just a normal success. Check if any conditions or something here. Weirdly, no. I just want a plain normal check. So, we succeed our first check. My first roll here. Yay! So, when we succeed, 3-1-3. Also, there's also 2 different versions depending how you succeed. Didn't we pokey? I'm glad. 3-1-3. I just say it like this, but it's easier to remember. 3-1-3. There we go. 3-1-3. Double checking. Okay. Eine Wurzel. Du kannst das Stolpern nicht mehr vermeiden, aber es kommt nicht ganz gänzlich unerwartet. Lege eine Gewandheitsprobe ab, die um +3 erleichtert ist. Oh, sure. A root. You can't hinder the what's the word? The struggle. I just had the word and then it just vanished in my mind. My mind works fantastic. Stumbling, there it is. It came back. A root. You can't avoid the stumbling anymore, but it doesn't come completely unexpected. Oh, so. Okay. Okay.
Now I hear you again.
Yeah. Sorry for the technical issues. I always completely forget to check that before. Might be it now, it sounds even better. I'm sorry for that. Wow. I haven't done that in a while again. So sorry for that. Well, everything, yeah. But now you hear me, possibly even better. Just again, everyone. That you also hear me good. Okay. Okay, I repeat. A root. You can't avoid the stumbling anymore, but it doesn't come completely unexpected either. And we have to do an agility check, but because we saw it before, we actually get it at +3 east. Or be by east to hinder. You can kind of guess from that if you know nothing about it, that east means it is easier, hinder means the check is a bit more difficult. In effect means we have +3. That means we get +3 on our value. So agility we have 14. And so our check is east +3, 17, so much more easier. So if you really fail that, then sheesh. But let's see. A 1! Ooh! Nice. It doesn't say anything about crit, but like, we'll see if we finish. I can say for this, not write the critical, because we would need to confirm it on a single dice at least. So I need the roll, but I just need to succeed the roll. It should be easy. 7. Now I have a crit. Like I said, I don't think it says anything here. It says it on the other sheet, potentially. No. I'm too good for the book. Well, you know I did a crit. You can't interpret it even. I would say That is more like a little... we didn't stumble really, we just like pushed against the root and just withdraw our foot just behind it and put it in front down again, essentially. So, and, or we could also say, no, I know better, it was a stumble, but like afterwards, we can behave like there was nothing. We look very elegant, like, or like it didn't occur to us there were a root or something, like we just moved and as nothing was. Coolest factor, at least. That's how I interpret my own crit. Anyway, so successful, of course. We go to 8-8. Really want us from front to back currently. So bonus, because I need it as to weigh the book down sometimes. So it's thin enough that the pages flutter a bit. But you want more, like if I can roll a crit, it's not bad. So 8-8. You make an Ausfall. Achso, first German. Du machst einen Ausfallschritt und kannst einen Sturz vermeiden, spürst aber ein schmerzhaftes Ziehen im Oberschenkel. Deine Heldenfigur leidet einen Schadenspunkt. Reduziere deine Lebenspunkte entsprechend um 1 Punkt und liest im Abschnitt 1-4-5 weiter. So you make a, I don't know what's in English, like a step essentially ahead, kind of so that you catch yourself. And you can avoid falling down. But you notice a painful feeling in your upper thigh, so you would suffer 1 damage point. It's kind of course, to show you. But I playing this, and I decide we had a crit. So we honor the crit, and let's say I don't get any damage. What do you think? Or you can vote if you think is it just a coolness factor, and we just went as it's written, or you think like we stretch the boundaries here a bit and say the crit doesn't let me have any damage. You decide. I think it's fair to honor the crit. Yeah. Yes, 1. That's very fitting. Yes, 1. You rolled a crit. Yeah, okay, no damage. But yeah, otherwise it would be 1 SP or Schadenspunkt, damage point, also pure damage, reduced from the LEP or Lebenspunkte, life points, health. Just the expiration. Good. Then further on 1-4-5. That's a bit closer. We see how it kind of helps you learning the ropes as well in solo, which I think is very nice how it's written for that. So, maybe the also, I always forget German first. Typo, yeah, but it's fitting Typo. Vielleicht ist der Event-Stand doch heimtückischer, als du gedacht hast. Du rappelst dich auf, noch unsicher, ob du über dein eigenes Ungeschick lachen oder dich ärgern solltest. Was weißt du eigentlich wirklich über den Event-Stand? Leg eine Fertigkeitsprobe auf Sagen und Legenden ab. Maybe the Event-Stand is meaner or like scarier than you thought. You get yourself up, still unsure if you need to laugh about your own clumsiness or being mad. But what do you actually know about the Ifat-Stun? And then next we have the skill test actually. There's also a big box here. Wow, that's almost the whole page, interestingly. Wow. I'm just reading if there's anything of note to tell you, but because I know the rules, but like, yeah, it's just they also have an example included and stuff. Wow, I really wanted to nail down that you understand it. I mean, it's fair enough, it's good, especially like maybe not a complex, but like robust system. So where did I? Up there, put that. So because now we can roll 3d20. Which you do, which is probably the most used roll. Check, so 3d20 because each skill, if it's just a normal general skill called talent, or a spell, or liturgy, or something like that. You roll on 3 attributes at the same time, after each other, whatever floats your boat. And then you compare each of those. And you see if you succeed in that. Yeah, it describes skill value already, so I do that as well. Makes sense, because each skill has this Fertigkeitswert or skill value, which you can also level up, blah blah, no? And depending on your skill. This is essentially how good you're in the skill. What those points do, they even out essentially any failures. So, if I have, for example, 9 points, and you roll so low that you need to need points to even it out with that, you spend them. So for example, you're 3 under, you spend 3 of them, have 6 left, and then it's still a success. What happens with the rest of the points, if they mean anything, that also plays a role, but it's not in this example, so I won't go ahead of the book here. But they matter too, but like that's how you can even out and still make it success. So the better you are on the skill, the better you still roll in a sense. So my first 3d20 roll and along my... Okay, it's quite high actually. Nonetheless, I just go up to the bottom to see. So I need on so 12, 12, and 13. 12, 12, and 13, and let's have a look here. 12, 13, and Soundlegenden, which is by the way Myth and Legends. How many points do I have here? 9. Okay. Let's see, what was it again? 12 to 13. So that's 3 above. That is met. That is met just about. So I just need to use 3 points. How funny. This was 9 and I used 3. That was not planned, but quite fitting then. So yeah, I wrote relatively high, but in the middle, got even out with 3, so still success. The other was just at the highest point, but we just need to meet at least the same number or lower. So and I read exactly the numbers on the other 2. Good, then we succeeded. And that's a knowledge skill, so we learned something. 371. Three, 7, 1, 3, 7, 1. Oh, interesting. So there's also, depending with which character you succeed, there's also a different number. Interesting. Good. Of course, there's another song. It's very on brand, huh? So, im Taubenwald ist's finster und kalt. Im Infestan wirkt ein Elfenbann. Verlauf dich nicht, mein kleines Kinde, im falschen Holz vergehst im Winde. Den Zaubermann verschlug sein Bann, doch nichts ist vor vom bösen Ort. Ein Schauer läuft über den Rücken, als du an die Sagen Legenden denken musst, die sich um den Ifans-Tann und das Gehölz im Nordwesten drehen. Die Wälder sind verzaubert, aber wo der Tauberwald von jedermann gemieden wird, der ein Fünkchen Verstand besitzt. Gilt der Ifans-Tanz wohl als geheimnisvoll, aber nicht als lebensgefährlich. Hier ist man so sicher wie in vielen anderen Wäldern. Auch wird als höchstens von Wildtieren wie Bären, Wildschweinen, Raubkatzen angefangen. Vielleicht auch von der einen oder anderen bösartigen Hexe verflucht. Hin und wieder von einer Räuberbande überfallen oder verläuft sich und verhungert. Und zaubermächtige Elfen, die von der Welt entrückt leben, soll es sie auch geben. Ging ein Spielmann in den Wald, war weit weg vom nächsten Dorfe. Es war zwar hell, doch bitter kalt, wo er starb. Und du fragst dich, ob diese dir in den Sinn kommenden Strophen wirklich fertig reimen solltest oder ob es nicht ein gutes Zeichen ist, dass dir spontan kein Abschluss für den Vers einfallen mag. I like how it's written. So, in the Tauber forest, it is dark and cold. In Ifanstan, it's in effect like an elfin bun. Don't get lost, my little child. Sorry, my little child. In the wrong wood, you're go down like the winds. The sorcerer's man verschlug sein Bann. I don't know how to translate it. I don't even know how it's meant in German, but like did something with his ban. Also maybe ended his ban, but nothing is gone from this evil place. So kind of a rhyme to like which forest to avoid in comparison to the other. A shiver runs down my back when I think of the myths and legends that go around the Ifanstan and the wood in the northwest, so the Tauber forest. The forests are enchanted, but where the Tauber forest is avoided by everyone who has a spark of understanding, the Ifanstan is seen as mysterious, but not a danger to your life. Here you are as safe as in many other forests, where you at most can be attacked by wild animals like bears, boars, or wild cats. Maybe even get cursed by one or another evil witch, or then and there getting ambushed by a bandit group, or maybe get lost and or starve. And powerful, magic powerful elves that displace you from the world it should have given as well. Went a bard into the forest, far away from the next village. Also the singing he does. It was still quite bright, but bitter cold as he died, and you asked if those rhymes coming to your sense, to your mind, if you should finish those or if it's a good omen that you couldn't find an ending for this verse. Yeah, see, I like how it's written. Where it's just like, oh, a rhyme comes to mind, like, wait, no, I shouldn't finish this. What do you think? So 110, it goes on. Always a tip for doing those to have a hand still or like a note or something where you were before in case you lose it or have the wrong number, so you still can backtrack if you don't write them all down in order anyway. Yeah, I like that. Okay, 100. Well, 110. Plötzlich hörst du das laute Bellen eines Hundes, der sich schnell nähert. Zwischen den Bäumen entdeckst du das struppige, dunkelbraune Fell eines orkischen Kriegshundes. Er muss zu einer Gruppe von Orkspeeren gehört haben. die sich aus dem Finsterkamm herabgewagt hat, aber von den Rittern der Finsternacht aufgerieben wurde. Mit raumgreifenden Schritten stürmt das Tier auf dich zu, die Zähne in greifendem Maul zeigend. Du kennst schmale Hüften und eine von Narben übersäte Haut, aber auch die Spannung der Muskeln, die das Tier vorantreiben. Der Hund muss sich von seinen Herren losgerissen haben und über weite Strecken durch die Landschaft gestreift sein, von Hunger und dem Willen zu überleben gleichermaßen getrieben. Und jetzt bist du seine Beute. Du ziehst deine Klinge, suchst einen sicheren Stand, da stürzt plötzlich der Schwan vom Himmel herab und landet wütend zwischen dir und den angreifenden Hund. Bei einem kurzen Moment scheint das struppige Tier verunsichert zu sein. Dann schnappt er nach dem Schwan, der laut schnatternd aufsteigt. Der Hund stürmt voran, direkt auf dich zu. Seine Augen sind blutunterlaufen und Geifer tropft von seinen Lefzen herab. Dann beginnt der Kampf. So, suddenly you hear the loud bark of a dog that comes closer. Between the trees, you notice the dark brown, not that kind of dog, like a kind of like this, like a dark brown fur of an orcish warrior dog. It needed to belong to a group of orc scouts that went down from the Finsterkamm, but was like forked by knights of the Finsterwacht. With big steps, the animal storms towards you, showing its teeth and its maw. You notice the small hips and the skin full of scars and the tension in the muscles that push the animal forward. The dog must have gone rid of its master and run over fast stretches through the landscape, pushed by hunger and the will to survive at the same time. And now you are his prey. They're also trained to like kind of hate everything or like attack everything. Essentially, that's how they, I would say, like abuse it away and like just so that they're like, you know, blood dogs in a sense. But like, well, they probably still don't like the owner, so like, not surprised. But yeah, that's our problem. Though before that, you draw your blade, looking for a safe stand. Suddenly, the swan comes down from the sky and lands sissing, landing between you and the dog and do like angrily at the attacking dog. For a short moment, it seems that the furry animal is insecure about that, but then it bites after the swan, which one like flies to the sky again, like hissing there. That was a loud word, but you know what I mean. So, but then the swan like flew up again with a snattering sound, like honking, but you know, like the dog stomps onwards, pushing onto you. His eyes underlined with blood and the saliva dropping down from his, whatever dogs have, like the, not lips, but you know, I don't know the English word. You know, dog anatomy, also from its mouth. And this combat starts, and we have here combat rules. I know everything here. There's a whole page of that, which makes sense. Yeah. Do I actually know everything? So good. And for that, in combat, is the only major difference where you. That's where you also just roll 1d20. So we have here like the write-up for the dog, like life points, attack and stuff. So Oh yeah. First time you did damage, or at least latest the beginning of the 6th combat round, you read the next part. Unless you die before that, read number 2. Okay, no, hopefully not. Good. We have 1 longsword. We draw it already, so we are ready. At least. Don't need an action for that. So I guess, do we attack first? It doesn't say anything about initiative. But I just enjoy, I guess, that we attack first when it comes at us. Yeah, just a box aside, but also... does it say anything? Doesn't say anything about initiative either, so I guess they want just a simple alternate. Okay. I guess I just start. Okay. Or attack value, which should be... yeah, or weapon. It's 15, and again I just need to roll under. 15 is pretty good value, so let's do the best out of it. Oh, 20. Now it comes. So, confirmation roll, I do it still. If I now fail again, it's a fumble. No, it's a free. So it's not a fumble, it's just a fail. Yeah, first attack. Nope, I'm missing. But I still can defend against its attack. So, it has only attack of 12, and I roll for it. Wait, that wasn't really good. Okay, so 6, it would hit if it's 12. I roll for its damage. Okay, that is not good. I want to die. How much life do I have? 30 or something, probably. That's all I have. 35. Yeah, it's 3. Plus 4 does change. 7. Still a lot. I should have prepared with a pencil or something. Nothing to write here. That someone help me maybe? I just need something to write here. I have something to write on. Now I just need maybe one of you can help me. We're just in another room here. My bag is in the kitchen. I will have virus in there. Alright. Let's go. Yeah. I don't want to write with a biro on the nice sheet. So just write it here. So from 35 down, 7. It's 28. Still a lot, but good is it's not good. So it has only 13 life, so hopefully we do better this time. So we want 15. Oh, are you kidding me? 17. Why am I rolling so bad now? It's a quarter of a roll that could fail, and I managed it. Seriously. Oh no, wait, I did it wrong. Wait, it didn't defend against it actually. I had a mistake. We still keep the 17 mind. True, I didn't defend. I could still parry. ADHD is fun. Of course we can defend. Can dodge it or parry. Let's see. Parry is 9. The dodge is 7. The parry is a better chance, and of course I do the parry. And I have also armor still. I totally jumped the gun here. Sorry. I said like I don't really read the comment like, and I forgot the half. We're still in the first round. Okay, sorry. So remember I wrote a 20. I didn't confirm it wasn't a fumble. Not that matters here, but I like to do this. That's how that works. So attacked, it succeeded. But first we need to do a parry. Max still wanted so. No 11, so we wouldn't have parried. Then it would have rolled its damage 7, but we have still armor. We have armor points 2 that get deduced first, so it's actually just 5 points. So we still have 30. So now it's correct. But I still honor what I rolled. I rolled a 17, that's a fail again. So once again, the dog rolls for attack. It's 20. Also confirmed fumble. Not that it matters. But I could look up for the fumbles, but in the book it doesn't want us to have fumbles yet, so I think usually it would do damage or something. What do you think? Should I go just with book and do as normal, or should I look what happens on the fumble for the dog? It's up to you. Okay. I looked it up. Also, close combat attack. It gets 1d6 plus 2 damage. That's 1 plus 3. Oh, it gets 3 damage at least. If it's 13. So that says first time you do damage. Technically, I didn't do damage. Just read how it's formulated, because I want it in the lore. Or if it's just any damage. I want to at least attack once. If I fail again, then I just leave it. But okay. Well, it fumbled, so I don't need to parry or something against that. So I guess roll for attack. Now we succeed. Finally. The fun thing is the dog still can defend against, but it's only a defense value of 6. And it defends. So it just doesn't want me to damage. Astounding. I'm just bad at rolling, I guess. Okay, would it attack me? No, roll. 5 will succeed. Parry. No, it wouldn't. I just do the counts as the damage. It don't seem to roll well here. Anyway. Amazing. The odds are my favor, and I still don't manage it. Anyway. First damage, 197. Der todesmutige Schwan landet erneut zwischen dir und den Hund. Wieder zischt er wütend. Der Hund lässt kurz von ihr ab. Erneut schnappt er nach den Schwan, aber dieser hebt sich nicht. Der Kriegshund schnellt vor, aber der Schwan plustert sich auf und schlägt mit seinen rechten Flügeln nach dem Hund, sodass dessen Genick bricht und er mit einem stickten Jauen im Schnee zusammenbricht. Wow. Statt des greifenden Hundes betrachte ich nun der schneeweiße Schwan. Möchtest du die offene Hand ausstrecken, sofort angreifen oder einfach abwarten? So, the very courageous swan suddenly lands between you and the dog and hisses angry again. The dog leaves off of you, but then bites after the swan again. But this one doesn't raise again. The war dog pushes forward, but the swan, like, you know, like with and begins his feathers. I don't know how you say that. And hits with his right wing after the dog, which breaks its neck, and he breaks down in the snow with a suffocated. Instead of the saliving dog, you get observed by the snow white swan. You want to stretch your open hand out, attack at Sutton, or wait. Well, you said I should decide. I thought it was a good omen before. It helped before. If it's like brutal, but like it helped. It really helped me a lot here. I think I try trust it. Like the forest is named after it. And it didn't attack me. Oh, besides the fact that it would be a crime anyway if I do that, if it didn't attack me first, as it's a sacred animal. But yeah, I stretch out my hand, I would say, my open hand. So 3-3-0. It's in 3-3-3-0. Wrong page. Okay. The swan observes your hand. Also, first German. Der Schwan betrachtet deine Hand erst vorsichtig abwartend, dann nähert er sich neugierig und schmiegt sogar seinen Kopf gegen deinen Handrücken. Plötzlich schreckt er auf. Blättere zum vorderen Innenumschlag. Dort findest du einen Kasten mit der Bezeichnung Fortschrittsmarke. Für dort ein Kreuz im Kreis mit dem Buchstaben A. Oh, interesting. The swan observes you, your hand carefully, waiting first, but then gets closer curiously and puts its head even against the back of your hand. Ah, cute. But suddenly it spooks, and suddenly it got spooked. And I should go to the back papers. There are like letters, like it's called progress marker. I guess that's like a certain kind of progress thing. It says like, it may ask you for like if you marked a certain thing. Maybe what your decisions were, I guess. There's an A and I have to cross the A. Which I don't do in the book. Sorry. Wait, where that came from? So, but I mark it on my note thing here, because I don't want to mark it in the book. Because I'm not the kind of person. But you may find even a pencil, true, and I have a biro, so double or so. I did that, and might be a good point to end. Maybe I'll just check, see what I had, what's next. Otherwise, might be. Oh, let's see what this one maybe does. Okay, 1-1-4 when we play as Alea. 1-4. Okay, that's short here. Der Schwan fixiert einen Punkt in der Ferne, als würde er etwas spüren. Dein Blick folgt dem Seinen, aber es ist dir nicht möglich, etwas zu erkennen. Dann hörst du plötzlich entsetzte Schreie aus genau dieser Richtung. Du kannst Farnliebs Stimme deutlich erkennen. Ohne weiter nachzudenken, rennst du los. The swan fixates a point in the far distance, as it would feel something. The gaze follows his, but its gaze. But it's not possible for you to recognize what it looks at. Then suddenly you hear spooked screams from this direction. You hear Farnlieb's voice directly. Without thinking, you're running after it. Create 2. Maybe another battle, then we definitely end here. Create 2. Oh, das ist a good way to end. Du rennst durch den Schnee, jede Vorsicht vergessen, deine Muskeln brennen, deine Lunge saugt die kalte Luft ein, stößt die in dampfenden Wolken wieder aus. Wenn du nur knöcheltief einsackst, kommst du gut voran, an manchen Stellen versinkst du aber bis zu den Knien im Schnee. Der Weg ist mühsam, aber die lauter werdenden Rufe zeigen dir, dass du dich deinen Gefährten näherst. Du schlägst dich durch struppige, blattlose Büsche, dann öffnet sich vor dir eine Lichtung am Ufer eines kleinen Flusses. Was du siehst, lässt dir das Blut in den Adern gefrieren. Direkt am Bach steht eine einzelne Trauerweide, ein ästhetischer Baum, der sich in Richtung Fluss beugt und die dünnen Äste ins Wasser tauchen sollte. Aber die Trauerweide strahlt nicht die ruhige Melancholie aus, die man von ihr erwarten würde, sondern befindet sich in einem Kampf mit deinen Gefährten. So translate one word here. It's important. Okay. You run through the snow, forgetting any caution. Your muscles are burning. Your lungs sucks in the cold air and pushes out the steaming clouds, pushing out the steaming clouds again. If you only go like up to the ankle into the snow, you get on very easy. But in some points, you sink in deeper, even up to the knee. The way is takes a lot of effort, but but you know you get closer to the danger as you hear the always louder becoming codes. You get through the bushy, leafless. No wait, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what the word. Through the harsh, leafless bushes. Then it opens up to a clearing at the shore of a little river. What you see lets the blood freeze in your veins. Directly on the creek stands a single weeping willow, a majestic tree that is bent in the direction of the river that dips with its thin branches into the water. But the weeping willow doesn't beam of calm melancholy as you would expect, but it is inside in the middle of a fight against companions. I guess that's where we end. Just look to the next. Okay, next would be 3-7. I go there and write that down so I know where we were last time. Sounds like a different kind of fight. Okay, so it has a little tassel here, so that is good. Still write down the number, so I know myself. Good. Good. Okay. We need to read or sing something in German for your mom and say, oh, thank you, I guess. um, yeah. Yeah, that's the blurb on the backside, huh? Yeah, written by Nicola Hoch, Gunter Kopf, and Sebastian Thurau. Yeah, so we have a swan, and the swan forest essentially swan, related to the goddess. See what the victory, what the last victory means. Ominous. See, there's also like this, maybe it's like about a ruin or like a place of power, something with those like 6 stones. Almost reminds me of like a menhir or something. Interesting, huh? Well. It's comforting. Oh, thanks. Well, I hope you liked for today. Oh, are we end of the music? Oh, apparently it did 1:20 after all. Guess I lied. No, I didn't lie, but like typical fashion. But I still think it wasn't. It could be worse. But like, I think it was a good place to end. That was a bit slow and some technical issues, and so we had everything. Maybe it's a good thing to like kind of do as long as the music goes. At least it's very noticeable when it ends. So it's really fun. I'm glad. Yeah, I can't guess how long one story gets, but like I think we stay relatively in the beginning. Also when we have like even it's different decisions and 2 characters and like over 400. We had like how many now? Less than 20, or so that's case maybe 5 sessions at least for that is my guess so far. It's hard to guess with solo scenarios. It was. I'm glad. Yeah, what you thought of my decisions? Would you have decided the same or different? I mean, it wasn't many decisions, but like I think it was at the beginning we had if stand still or go on. Then we had like I think it was just like if you stretch your hand to the swan, attack, or go away. I think you made good decisions. I probably would have made the same ones, yeah. I think it was straightforward. I mean, the swan helped me, so animal's good. But yeah, hardcore swan. I mean, maybe it was already like a victory of the swan, but I don't hope it was his last. But I don't think it's that what it references, but it's probably a foreshadowing or something, I could imagine. Peck, flap, flap. Yeah, it just imagine like no, it didn't even peck. It just bitch slapped the dog so hard with its wing that it broke its neck. It's like, geez. Uh, yeah, don't fret the swans. Um, so still prices. If swans could do that, hardcore. Maybe read up on it. But I know the priestess can also turn into swans. So turns out it's actually a priestess, then I called it. Who knows? I mean, that much in north. It's not the very north, but I guess it's winter, so it could still fit. Yeah. So we have a creek with a willow. I'm interested. Like it has enchanted forest, so maybe it's something fairy going on or something. It couldn't be try because it's a tree itself, so the tree's animated. Well, I almost hope because otherwise it would probably be something demonic, as I know of a demonic tree that wouldn't be so fun, but it was also surprising to be there. So, or possessed, maybe. It's more hard, but like technically, these could possess trees. Was just enchanted by something. So with like what he sung about, my best guess is for now stay kind of fairy, maybe. Guess. I think I heard also something about that here before about it. Good. Yeah. Also if you do better, hope it goes much better than it did this time, ne? Sheesh. That was like the worst dice luck. Um, I wrote good for the dog, mostly. Although the fumble, I kind of no. At first, I wrote really bad for the dog too. So it's good at least. It was that bad there as well. Yeah. Well, hope you liked what we did with Alea so far. With his kind, I kind of liked with he knew the music and songs, stuff about it. It was very fitting. I like that. Makes you really wonder how it's different for the other character. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so far I think it's very easily but nicely written. Also, I'm enjoying it. So it'll be interesting where it's going. Yeah. I guess I wrap it up, unless anyone has anything else to say or to add, or wishing for next time. Was the music good? Do you like the playlist? I know it doesn't always add naturally, of course, to if it's like 5D or letzte or something. I can't foresee that obviously here, and I could switch and blah blah blah, but like would be a bit more work. If you say it's just fine that it runs in the background, even if it doesn't necessarily always fit the mood, maybe I guess. Um, so it's fine to just let it run as is and use it as a timer of sorts. So that's good. I'm good, but I enjoyed this and look forward to next time. It was good background music. Okay, that's good. I could adjust it, but like it's of course easier if I don't have to. Yeah. Let's see. There's a special skills, huh? Let's see if he has any other objects. There's no equipment list for this pre-generated, so I guess he doesn't have any objects with him. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like for solo, there's maybe doesn't make much sense, and it's not name called in the scenario. So would be curious. Can say he has an aptitude for singing, which means like you can re-roll on that. So then I hope it also matters. Like, good. Then I wrap up here and probably upload those on YouTube. It's my plan at least. And see you next time, whenever that is. Also, maybe do it once a week. I say that for now. Also, next days will be tough. If I do spontaneous, we'll see. But I think most likely next time is next week. Yeah, let's see how long we do, how long I can. Also fun-wise, I could do longer, but like it's late and like I'm done for a bit today. But next time I try it a bit earlier. See you then. Bye, and can't think of a good goodbye phrase that fits. Bye bye. Maybe may the swan be with you. Honk honk. Hey.